Good evening, YouTubers. Reloading Bench back with you once again. And this video, this unintended video, a week ago I would have never thought I'd be making this video, is a blend of two hobbies. You can see there's a brick of Winchester small pistol primers, and there's a picture of one of the old saws that I've been working with. So I took my son's advice because he knows I like to restore old stuff, and he said, "Dad, why don't you try and make a hobby or make some profit from your hobby, or at least make some revenue from your hobby?" So I have decided that I'm going to refurbish, restore, recondition some Craftsman 100 saws. So I've picked up, I finished building my one, and I have since picked up three more, again, kind of by accident-ish. Local kind of thing. Well, in any case, there was a person online who was selling this Craftsman 100, and this one caught my eye for a couple reasons. One, it's very complete, and by complete, you know, it's got the fence, the miter, and this puppy. This is the diamond. This is one of the diamonds. The stand with all of its completeness is another diamond. The legs, or the extensions on the leg, that's another big plus. Those are hard to find. I mean, they're out there. This mobile base that I cannot find the name of, it has no names on it. It's got some numbers. The wheels have a manufacturer that doesn't exist anymore. But in any case, this particular mobile mount is identical to the one in the rear. And just like the Wen mount, you put your foot on one of the levers and you push down, and then the wheels activate. Then you push it, you know, lift it back up, and then it sets back down on the legs. Can't find these anywhere. Very cool old piece of hardware. They're out there, hard to find. Maybe not find anywhere is not the best statement. But all of this together was cheaper than what I've seen this alone online for. And when I say this, missing plastic, broken plastic, you know, missing components, you don't have the knob. So I've seen this in all different stages, pieces missing off the bottom here, and I'll show you that in a second, as well as the mount for this that goes on the back of the saw. So when you add all this up, this with a mount on auction sites like eBay is more than the cost of what they were asking for this entire saw. So how this unfolded, this blend of two hobbies, was I was online on one of the forums, and some person, turned out to be a guy, some gentleman posted that he had a bunch of boxes, bunch of bricks of small pistol and large pistol that he had to sell. I'm going to guess financial issues, within the next day. And the price he had put for each brick was $40. 40. I can't find these. I'm paying between 80 and 100 depending on where and who's got them. Sellers locally $100, online $80, plus hazmat, plus shipping, plus tax, plus. So $40 for primers. So what was interesting is I was chatting with this particular seller, and I asked, you know, do you have this was the only picture online. I said, do you have any other pictures like of the motor? And they got back to me and said, well, this is actually at my parents' house. And when they told me where their parents were, I'm like, man, that's not too, you know, that's not close enough for me to just go look. It's not far. It's like 45-minute drive, but I'm not going to drive 45 minutes just to look at it. So I said, I'm in no hurry. They said maybe a neighbor could take a picture because her parents were elderly. And I'm guessing that's one of the reasons this was getting sold. So it turns out that this guy wasn't driving anywhere. So, and for $40 a brick, I wouldn't either. So he was only 8 minutes away from this person. So I arranged to meet this person to buy the primers and to go look at the saw to see what it was. And it turns out that I ended up with both. So it was a great weekend morning drive. So score on the saw, even better. That was a phenomenal pickup on the primers. But in any case, this will be another restoration. So this will be the third. So I've got 2 of them that are 75% done, and this one I've done nothing to other than, and my cane doesn't want to, this MFer. This one I've done nothing to except take it apart to be able to transport it. So in taking it apart, again, I checked for all the parts for this. I was amazed that all of the components, and part of that is what these 2 items are, I was amazed that all of the components were here. So I've seen this online in very rusty, this is in great condition compared to what I've seen online, in very rusty condition. This is missing on some of the ones online. This is missing on some of the ones online. The plastic is usually broken, or if it's there, it's tattered. And I have removed the plastic from here, so I will recondition this. And I don't know that I would use it because it actually sits up, you can tell, a little bit higher than the blade. So I mean, it moves. It's just different than the current versions of a blade guard. But to find something, this particular saw was made in 1957, March, I believe it was March. It's either January or March of 57. So it's an old one. It's a 2990. And I've discovered that the 2990 shell is 2 pounds heavier than a 2991 shell. And the table on a 2990 is almost 8.5 pounds heavier than a 2991. So just interesting tidbits that many people won't give a shit about. So in any case, finding this and these 2 made the whole purchase worthwhile. Everything else included, because it was all original, all in very good condition, and it's got a great 1 horsepower motor. Very, very nice find, a very nice local find. But the reason for this video is mainly because of what I'm going to do here. So this is the plastic that came out of here. It's held in with this clip, and then these 2 are just pressure mounts. So it sets in and it's clipped. So I remove this screw to pull this clip out, and then pinch these together. I was thinking originally, oh, why don't I get some, headlight repair kit to take the yellowing out? And then I thought, this is, let's see, 57. This is going on, 57, 23, 60 years old. 60 plus, let's see, 57, so 64, it's 40, 23, 27, it's closer to 70 years old. Not worth, if my Common Core math is correct, I was going to say not worth messing with. And again, it's in phenomenal condition, all things considered. But what I thought I would do is make this. So I went down to my local Tap Plastics and picked up some scrap plexiglass, clear. And my thought was, I'm going to potentially make my own version of this. I will, obviously, for right here, my thought was I'll bend this with heat, with like a heat gun, so that it folds over. So this will fold over in half. And then once I have this folded and shaped, to this particular 1/2 inch, a little bigger than a 1/2 inch diameter. And again, because this clips in and it's flexible enough, I'll make sure that when I'm bending that I make it a little bit wider so that the pressure of expansion will lock it in here. So my thought was, let's use the heat gun and kind of, apply heat, bend this over, and then once I have this bend, I'll probably cut it out on the bandsaw. I'll probably cut it wide. Again, I don't know, I don't work with plastics, so anything with heat like bandsaw, I'll probably cut it on the metal bandsaw so it has lower RPM, because the higher RPM will create heat and it'll melt the plastic. But my thought was to cut this on the bandsaw. I'll probably have a piece of wood. I'll probably take the scrap wood. Let's see. Take some old scrap wood and build some thinner scrap wood, obviously, but put this inside, or put this inside the scrap wood, and then cut it with the bandsaw so that the blade doesn't do anything damaging to the plastic. So sandwich this in between like a hamburger, or some piece of wood at some point, and once I have the general cut, I'll see what it takes to smooth that out. Maybe something like with a Dremel. Don't know. Again, this is just, and I got two because I'm sure I'll F it up. But again, that's the general idea, to be able to recreate this very old piece of plastic from 1957. And now I'm curious, is my Common Core math correct? So I'm going to bust out my calculator on my phone. Calc 2023 57. Yeah, it's 66 years old. So the fact that this is 66 years old and is in this condition is awesome. Not sure what kind of material this is, early plexiglass, but in any case, it's lasted, it's older than me. So 66 years, and yeah, baby. So we'll call this the 66 project, and we'll try and recreate this and see if that happens, and then we will. I mean, there's not a lot of cleaning up to do on this. I believe it was naturally it wasn't painted. This is the naturalish color. Obviously, some cleaning up with steel wool and such, but again, it's in phenomenal condition, all things considered. So this was a key find. Good stuff. And then this will be a restoration, and then I'll put the saw up for sale like this, only this will not be included with the sale. Everything else will. So getting there. That is it for this video. Take care, folks. And we are back. All right, so I took this and I found a piece of press board, and I made my template, even with rounded edges, to try and fit that as close as possible. Again, horseshoe close. And then I took, as you can see, we're down one piece of plastic. I took this plexiglass, heated it over a 1/2 inch rod, and then tried to do the bending process, which I think went reasonably successfully. And then I popped and it fits a lot more snug, but I don't want to jam it in there again. I put this in and then traced it on the bandsaw and then sanded a little bit. So we have a reasonably close facsimile. So the proof will be in the pudding if I can get it to fit, which I'm debating whether to do that on video or not, because if it doesn't fit, that's a big fail. And every time you put it in, it kind of mars the plexiglass a little bit, and you can see there's already scratches on it. But again, it's a tool, and we'll see what happens. Let me grab I think we can take I didn't want to take this backing off until I was kind of finished because of all the rough surfaces that this was touching, including the steel rod, this. I didn't want it looking too terrible, and this is proving to be beyond my level of capabilities at the moment. So let me go off camera and try and strip this off, and then we'll come back and we'll try and fit it and see how close I came. Be right back. That came off nice. We've got some marring here. I don't know what happened there. I'm not going to worry about that as much. And again, I think for what it is, and we'll see how close the fit is. Let me go grab the piece and see if it fits. All right, so all I did, I've not dry fitted, is take the clip out, and now the moment of truth. I'm not sure what is the better way to come in. Ooh, look at that. Oh, there's an actual... I missed that lip right there. There's a lip right in there. Oh, we're so close. So if this lip goes in, I need to get it under this lip, which then means squeezing these in. Okay, so that means I have to sand that. I gotta say, that looks pretty decent. All right, so I need to sand a fraction of an inch there, and the clip will hold this in, and then this lip right there. So that came out pretty good. Back in a bit. All right, we're gonna call this a win. When you look at old, new, 1, 2, better 1, better 2. This looks exceptional, and fits great. It's clipped in here, and I have sanded out the areas for the, I'll call these a ledge, I guess, so that, and it's fitting in right here as well. So we have a complete, clear, new plexiglass. And the only thing I would do later is probably heat this up a little more and actually stretch it, widen it a little bit, so that it hugs the frame a little bit closer. But for all intensive purposes, I mean, this is a win. My template, I'll keep the template and keep that as well. Good stuff.